Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh. Wa na'udzu billahi min syururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudhillalah wa man yudlilhu fala hadiyalah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarikalah. وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي أما بعد. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, all praise be to Allah. We praise Him, we ask for His help, we ask for His forgiveness. We seek refuge with Allah from the wickedness of ourselves and from the badness of our deeds. Whoever been given by Allah guidance, then nobody can be a misguider for him. And whoever been guided by Allah, then nobody can be a guider for him. I bear witness, there's no God worthy to be worshipped except Allah. Only Him, no associate for Him. And I bear witness that Muhammad is His messenger and His servant. O Allah, give good prayers upon Muhammad and the family of Muhammad. And give good prayers upon Abraham and the family of Abraham. O Allah, bless upon Muhammad and the family of Muhammad. If you bless upon Abraham and the family of Abraham, verily you are most worthy of praises and most noble. Today, inshallah, we'll continue our topic 50 Quranic rules on soul and life, and we finish in the month of Ramadan because our classes is actually in the morning, so we can continue. Not that as the classes at night that we have stopped for Qiyam during Ramadan. So our classes, alhamdulillah, we continue. So we finish until the 9th Quranic rules. This is actually the rule. We have to separate it into two sessions because the topic quite long. Our topic last Ramadan, وَلَيْسَ الذَّكَرُ كَالْأُنْثَى, and the male is not like a female. That is actually one of the rule of Al-Quran, that because of it, many of the rulings or the command in the Quran, some of it or most of it being separated between male and female. So some people will say that male and female is the same, but we surely know by our explanation in two sessions before that actually the things is not like that. For the first, whoever come to our class for the first time, we are welcome, ahlan wa sahlan. And our topic is actually being live in Facebook and also in YouTube. Any previous classes you can look into in our AKY media. There are classes there. This is actually not the first class. What session is it? Kiki? Which session is it? Our numbers of class today? What number of class today? 40. 14. So this is 14 classes of our 50 Quranic rules, and we arrive, alhamdulillah, today at the 10th rules, 10 Quranic rule for our topic, inshallah. And today also we have to separate our topic into two segments because the topic is discussed in this book in 8 pages. Normally we can read in one class 4 pages in class, and our previous class we have to separate into 2 because of 8 pages. Today also the topic will be around 8 pages. So we have to separate the topic into 2 segments. So Al-Qa'idatul Ashiratu. Al-Qa'idatul Ashiratu, the 10th rules or 10th Quranic rules on soul and life. The saying of Allah, وَلَيَنْصُرَنَّ اللَّهُ مَنْ يَنْصُرُهُ. And surely Allah will support or make victory whoever support him. Allah will support. وَلَيَنْصُرَنَّ اللَّهُ مَنْ يَنْصُرُهُ. And verily, indeed, Allah will help or will support whoever support him. He said here, the author said, هذه قاعدة جليلة من القواعد القرآنية العظيمة. This is a big rule from among the rules, Quranic rules, great Quranic rules, from among great Quranic rules. تشع منها القدرة الإلهية, that is actually shining from it, from this rule, the power of God. Because in making you victorious, making you become successful, is actually from Allah. This is what we want to understand, because this in our days right now, we are seeing the Muslim is quite being put in lower position in the world. Everybody will say that Muslim is actually everything being said bad about the Muslim, even though the reality is not like that. Anyway, the victorious position of the Muslim is actually concerning to this rule, that when we read about it, we learn about it, we have to implement what the rule is actually talking about. Litusanida jundul imani fi kulli zaman wa makan, is actually to support all the soldier of iman in every time and every place, whether it's actually from the time of the Prophet until our time today, or any places in this world. In Nasra, I will recite the Arabic and I will translate in English. If you have any question, you can ask to me. In Nasra, kalimatun ta'shikuha nufus. The word Nasr, that is actually, if you put it not in a sentence, sometimes it can be a meaning victory, can mean victory, but in a sentence sometimes it means support, or to make somebody or something victorious. So the word Nas is actually, the word Nas is ta'shikuhan nufus, is actually being dreamed by every soul. Every soul want to be successful, to be victorious in this world, in this life. Woman or male or female, any nation want to be victorious. Watas'alaha jamil umam, and toward this word, the word successful or victorious, every nation is struggling towards it, going towards the success. Watattali'u laha kullu dual, and every nation is actually looking into the success, want to be successful. Wahiya ghayatun takhtaliful umam fil wasa'il allati tatahaqqaqu biha, and it is actually a goal. It is a goal that is actually every nation become different in the way that it tries to make it, to realize that to get the success. Every nation will go in their own way. Like you see, the one who following the socialist ideology will become like Russia, or fascist like Hitler or Mussolini. So every nation have their own way to get the success, to be victorious. Wa in ittafaqat fi jumlatin minha, even though most of them is actually will unified in most of the ways that they use. Lakin sammata ma'na syarifun, but there is actually a noble meaning towards the word of Nas. yalfitu ilaihi al-Qur'anu atba'ahu. Yulfitu ilaihi al-Qur'anu atba'ahu. That Qur'an want its followers, the follower of Al-Quran, to look into that things, the victory or the success. لترسيخ سبب من أعظم أسباب التي لا يجوز أن تغيب عن أذهان المؤمنين. So that the Quran want to engrave one of the reason from among the great reason that should not be gone from the mind of the believers. Wahum yuqatiluna a'da'ahum, when they are actually fighting their enemy, they have to know this rule about Allah Ta'ala said, we will support, Allah Ta'ala will surely support whoever support him. This thing that anybody struggling want to help want to be victorious in this life as a believers must remember that Allah Ta'ala will support him if he support Allah. But what is the meaning of support here? I will go through the writing. Aw rubbama ista'jalu, or maybe some of them, when they were fighting the enemy, want to be victorious, they actually hasten to pick the fruit of victory. They want the victory to be fast. They hasten the result. Wanisyanu asbabu tathbitihi, but they forgot the reason or the cause that will give him or give her the victory. Ta'ti hadhil qa'idatu litaqula li ahli al-Qur'an. This rule came to say to the follower of Al-Quran, to whoever saying that I am people who follow the Quran. It came to say, inna haqiqatan nasri innama hiya bimtithali awamirihi wa ijtinabi nawahihi wa nusrati rusulihi wa atba'ihim. That actually the realization of victory or success is only by following the command of Allah. You follow the command of Allah, then Allah Ta'ala will give you the success, the victory. And by abstaining from whatever he forbid. Yeah? And also to help his messengers and their followers. وَنُصْرَةِ wa jihadi ala a'da'ihi, and also by helping, by supporting his religion, and also to struggle towards the enemy of Allah. وَقَهْرَهُمْ hatta takuna kalimatahu jalla wa ala hiya al-ulya. And you have to defeat them, the enemy of Allah, until the words of Allah, the Almighty, the Most High, become the highest. His word become the highest. And wa kalimatu a'dahi hiya sufla, and the words of his enemy become the lowest. You know, you upbringing whatever Allah Ta'ala command, and to make sure that anything other than Allah Ta'ala saying essentially will not be successful. وَهَذِي الْقَاعِدَةُ جَاءَتْ ضِمْنَ آيَتَيْنِ كَرِيمَتَيْنِ. And this rule that we are talking today came inside the two noble ayah from Surah Al-Hajj, Surah Al-Hajj, verse number 40 and number 41. 40 and 41. The Allah said in this ayah, Abrazata asbaban nas, that these two ayah, 40 and 41 of Surah Al-Hajj, is actually showing the reason or the way for success and victory. Yaqulu ta'ala, Allah Ta'ala said in that ayah, verse number 40, وَلَيَنْصُرَنَّ اللَّهُ مَنْ يَنْصُرُهُ, and verily Allah will support whoever support him. Inna Allaha laqawiyyun aziz, verily Allah is most powerful and exalted in his power. Alladhina immakkannahum fil ardi, those people who Allah Ta'ala will help are those who if Allah Ta'ala give them position, authority in the land, aqamus salata, they will establish prayer. As-salah will be established there. Wa atau zakah, and they will give zakah, the charity of alms. Wa amaru bil ma'ruf, and they will command, they will enjoin all that is right. Wa nahaw anil munkari, and they will forbid from whatever is wrong. Walillahi akibatul umur, and to Allah belongs the outcome of all matters. So in that ayah, it came that the rules that we want to learn today. Fafi hataini ayatain karimatain, in these two ayah, verse number 40 and 41 of Surah Al-Hajj, wa'adallahu bin nasri man yansuruhu, Allah promised a success or victory to have whoever support him. Wa'dan muakkadan bi muakkadati lafziyati wa ma'nawiyati, by a promise, emphasize promise. Allah Ta'ala not just promise, but emphasize the promise, bi muakkadatin lafziyatin, by the emphasis of linguistic and also meaning. There's two type of emphasization there. In Arabic, normally when you emphasize, you can use some of it is actually by swear, or not swear. Yes, by the name of Allah. When you say Wallahi, the thing is truth. Wallah, by Allah, in the name of Allah. You say that something is true. That is the way. Sometimes you use inna, that in Arabic meaning verily or indeed. Or inside this ayah we'll say, or wait for the video. In this ayah, being used there, not only by the emphasis by swearing with the name of Allah, but also by the usage of few other things. He said here, amma muakkadati lafziyati. At first, from among the emphasis of words being used there, fahiyal qasamul muqaddaru, is actually a swear that is actually being hidden. Li'anna taqdira, because what is being hidden there inside that ayah, wallahi la yansurannallahu man yansuruh, by Allah, indeed Allah will help or support whoever support him. That is the first one, the swear by the name of Allah. Wa kadzalika lamul nun wan nun, and also the lam and nun. The nun here, if you see, the original word is actually yansuru. This is actually the original word. The word lam there, the letter lam and the letter nun, sabdu, shaddah, double vowel sign there. Actually, that is actually to emphasize the meaning. Means that if you say that I ate, it's actually understood. But you say wallahi la akulanna, verily I surely will eat, or I will eat, because you say I eat, akul. But when you say wallahi la akulanna, the lam and the nun and in the end is actually for to emphasize the meaning, whatever being said there. Kilahuma yufidu tawkid, both of it, the wallah that is hidden, and also the lam and the nun is actually to emphasize. That is from the meaning, the linguistic emphasization. Wa amma tawkidul ma'nawi, and from the emphasis of meaning, fa fi qawlihi ta'ala, in the saying of Allah, in the end of the ayah, inna Allaha laqawiyyun aziz, verily Allah really powerful and exalted in his power. That is actually here there, being put there, the inna and the lam there. That is also emphasization. So from the type of meaning that fahuwa subhanahu qawiyyun la yad'ufu, because he promised to help or to support anybody. Then he said about his power. He said that he is very powerful. He is actually Allah subhanahu qawiyun la yad'ufu. He is powerful, will not ever become weak. We human being, when we want to get help from anybody, the help can be sometimes we can get it, and sometimes it's stopped from us. Because anybody, any human want to help us, the human himself is actually, they have the state of weak and strong. Sometimes they are strong, sometimes they are weak. If you actually being tested by Allah with fever, you have all the muscle, you have all the strength, but Allah Ta'ala tried you with the fever, high fever. You cannot walk. You cannot get out from your bed. So that people, if they, that type of people, if they promise to help you, to give you something, but one day Allah Ta'ala make them collapse, cannot stand up, cannot walk. So that is actually to say that if other than Allah, you cannot get the same promise, because Allah never ever will become weak. While the human being, no matter what the strength they have, they will become it in a day, in time from time to time, become weak. Wa azizun la yudhallu. And Allah also Aziz, exalted in power and majesty, noble. La yudhallu, never ever will become degraded. Nobody can degrade Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa kullu quwwatin wa izzatin tudaduhu, and every power and every majesty or nobility, tudaduhu, that against Allah, satakunu dhullan wa dha'fa, and will become degrade and also become weak. Anybody, anything that against Allah will be weak and degrade. Wa fi qawlihi, and in the saying of Allah in the end of the verse number 41, walillahil aqibatul umur, and belong to Allah the outcome of every matters. Anything happen, the outcome will belong to Allah. This is actually tasbitun. This ayah is actually tasbitun. Something happened. It's okay. Okay, I will follow from my handphone. This ayah is said here, tathbitun lil mu'minin, is actually will become empowering or to fix for the believers. Tathbitun lil mu'minin indama yastaba'idu nasra fi nazarihi. It's actually been Allah Ta'ala said the outcome belong to Allah to fix to the believers when they felt that the victory or the help or the support in his side, in our side, actually cannot happen because of the reason or the cause to get the victory from his side is actually so impossible, very impossible. If you can see that, like the Afghanistan nation, when Russia went into Afghanistan at the end of in the 70s or the early 60s, the end of 60s, they came into Afghanistan. And Afghanistan is a nation that is so poor. They don't have anything. Don't have any military advancement. But then nobody actually can think that Afghanistan can make the Russia get out from Afghanistan at the end of the 80s. End of 80s, after more than 10 years, Russia went out with all the advancement they have. Everything they have cannot make them victorious in Afghanistan. From the side of anybody, any people who are looking into that topic, they will surely say that Afghanistan cannot win. From the start, when Russia came into the nation, they will say that Afghanistan cannot survive. Russia will completely take over upon Afghanistan. But in the end, when Allah Ta'ala want it to happen, the ending of that, whatever happened there, is actually, in the end, the Russia went out like that, not victorious. The same happened to the United States of America. They went into Afghanistan with all their equipment and everything, and people will say that no hope for Afghanistan to be victorious or to expel the American from their soil. But we look that history continuously giving us to show us that the result is actually not because of us, but everything belong to Allah. Ending of everything, the outcome of everything will go into whatever Allah Ta'ala has predestined for it. For us is impossible. For us is impossible. But for Allah, it's actually not impossible. That's why Allah Ta'ala said, Walillahi aqibatul umur, and belong to Allah the outcome of every matters. فَإِنَّ awaqibul umur lillahi wahdah. Because the outcome of anything is actually because of Allah, for Allah alone. I don't know why. Actually, it start to make this problem. You want to start? Anyway, you can look at me. Then I will explain to you. Okay. Because the outcome of everything is actually in the hand of Allah. In the hand of Allah. Only Him. Yughayyiru subhanahu ma sya'a hasba taqdihi hikmatuhu. That Allah will change anything, the outcome of everything, according to His wisdom. Allah Ta'ala is the most wise. So nobody can know the goodness or something or the badness of something except Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. So that's why when Allah Ta'ala make something to happen, it's happened because of Allah. And He make something doesn't happen also because of Allah. Like we actually right now, towards the end, we're hoping it is the end of the pandemic of COVID-19. Even the death that been recorded a few days ago is actually around 6 or less than 10. So this is actually what we can see, that we can do everything we can. We make lockdown and everything. But the ending is actually according to what Allah wanted to happen to us. Either Allah Ta'ala want to prolong our situation until 10 years, or Allah Ta'ala give us just 2 years. It's actually not because of our choice. We make everything we can. We give vaccines to everybody. Everything we do. But actually, in the end, what will happen is will only by what Allah Ta'ala want to happen. That is the same being told to the believers. Walillahi aqibatul umur, in this ayah, because you want help from Allah, you help Him. You support Allah, Allah will support you. Even though from your eyesight, the victory or the success is impossible. But you actually not the one who controlling everything. Allah is the one who's controlling everything. That's why in the end of ayah, Allah Ta'ala said, Walillahi aqibatul umur. وهذه الجملة التي تضمنتها هذه القاعدة جاءت عطفا على جملة. Actually, what we are learning today, the phrase, Allah will surely support whoever support Him, or Allah Ta'ala make victorious whoever want make Him victorious, is actually here. He said that this phrase that we are reciting right now is actually came after another ayah, a whole text of ayah, because the words walan surullah man suruh is actually the ending of that ayah. From the beginning of ayah, Allah Ta'ala said, the verse 40 of Surah Al-Hajj, Allah Ta'ala said, walaula daf'ullahi nasa ba'dahum bi ba'din And if Allah doesn't push human, part of them upon another, one to another, means that to make that people struggling to fighting each other, we said without actually thinking about it, we'll surely say it's actually bad. But making people to be fighting each other is actually what Allah Ta'ala wanted to happen. Sometimes, right now, you are seeing in Russia, when Russia you go into Ukraine, all the nation, the European nation, doesn't agree with Russia, but nobody make a move. Even the America, the USA also doesn't make any move. So if ever the leaders doesn't have any compassion, any fear in their heart, there's things that is actually not being controlled by anybody else. It's by Allah, because Allah Ta'ala is actually the one who make our heart to like something, to fear something, to love something. That's actually what Allah Ta'ala make us in our heart. That's why the Prophet SAW always pray to Allah by saying, Ya Muqallibal Qulub, oh Allah, that make the heart to turning over many times. Sabbit qalbi, fix my heart, ala dinik, on your religion. Because the heart is actually turning over. Sometimes you surely can see that somebody doesn't like a food. Like my father-in-law, his story we can share. He doesn't like the smell of kimchi. You know kimchi, the fermented vegetable, Korean fermented vegetable. So a few of my sister-in-law, they bought that kimchi. So they put it inside the fridge. So when they open, they want to eat. My father-in-law said, "What is this smell? So bad." She like fart, like fart. He said something like that. So bad smell. That's really from the start. But actually, when his most beloved grandson like to eat that kimchi, he started to liking it also. And every time we want to go back to my wife's hometown, my father-in-law will say that, please buy for me kimchi. At first he said it's actually so bad smell. It smells so bad. But suddenly it's actually lovable to him. We cannot change that. Something that Allah Ta'ala will change. That the thing that can spark a war. If we have two leaders that doesn't think about the outcome of the war, they don't care whatever happened to others. Only their success, their victory, they think about. That is the spark of any war. The war will spark like that. But if one of the leaders, or one is actually want to be victorious, and the other one say it's actually okay for you, doesn't want to fight, then the war will not happen. You can see the same story in Surah An-Naml, when Allah Ta'ala give us the story of Solomon. When Sulaiman, peace be upon him, he want to start a war with the Queen of Sheba, Queen of Yemen. Queen of Yemen, Queen of Sheba, that actually worshipping the sun. So from the start, when when Sulaiman sent letter to the queen, the queen asked from her follower, what should I do? Because Solomon give command to her to come and submit. That don't fight me. Solomon give them the condition. So when she asked her helpers, the ministers in her kingdom, they said they doesn't care. They said that we fight. But she, Queen of Sheba, She by herself said that the kings or anybody who enter the nation will make destruction, will enter and make destruction to hold the whole places. Not only with the soldiers, they will kill anybody else. So she let go and she came to Solomon because she doesn't want her people to die. So sometimes this part, the leaders, their heart become actually fear or concern about the people, is what Allah Ta'ala put inside there that will stop the war. Or Allah Ta'ala will make everybody is selfish and want to be victorious and war will start. So in the ayah, the verse 40, Allah Ta'ala said, walaula daf'ullahi nasa ba'dahum bi ba'din. If Allah Ta'ala didn't push the human, some of them upon the others, to make them to have that fight. Bil jihad, by the jihad, and iqamatil hudud, and by abstaining, by abstaining the hudud, all the command of Allah. Lahuddimat sawami'u, surely will be destroyed all the monastery, wabiya'un, churches, wasalawatun, synagogue, wa masajidu, and also the mosque. All the places will be destroyed if the people doesn't fight. Sometimes you see that, how can they are fighting? That's the reason for the all the places will be destroyed. Actually not. You can see inside in history when Islam conquer the Roman Empire or the Persian Empire, all whatever being there in that place, from places of worshipping God, is not being touched. Go into India when Islam was there before 100 years, more than 400 years, but never ever they destroy any place or temple to worship God, and they didn't force the people to enter Islam, being left out like that. But Islam will be spread upon the human. Nobody can stop the spreading of Islam. But those who doesn't want to be a Muslim, is okay. Do yourself, it's okay. But if you look the other side, when the Muslim is not there, not in the position as the one who rule the land, you can see what happened. Like look into the Spain. When Islam is there, the churches is there. They don't destroy it. But when the Christians take over back their land, they force all the Muslim to become Christian. And whoever doesn't want to be a Muslim, then they will kill. You can read this in the Spanish Inquisition. It's actually so glamour about that topic, Inquisition, that they will ask Muslim, they will kill it. And even the churches there in Spain, most of it on the yard of the churches have they are grave for 30 or 20,000, 20 to 30,000 Muslim there. And no masjid is there anymore. You can see no mosque anymore. When Muslim is there, all being left out. But when the other party came into power, no. The same happened with Russia. When the communists in Russia prevail, no religion being given any opportunity to be practiced there. Also in the Chinese government before. Right now they are actually so open. Before, in the day of Mao Zedong, nobody can practice their religion. So no, that's what I want to say. When Allah Ta'ala push, make sure that the Muslim, the believers, to take the responsibility to make peace, to make people in peace. That is the time that all the churches, the monastery, the synagogue, or the mosque will not be destroyed. But when you give the other party to be in power, so one by one they will crush it. That's the thing. That's why the ayah is talking about that. He said here that we destroyed the monastery, the churches, and the synagogue and the mosque that being remembered or being uttered the name of Allah inside it for so many times will be destroyed. وَهَذِي الْمَعَابِدُ أَهْلُ مِلَلِ الْكُبْرَى. Then the places, the synagogue, the churches, the monastery, and the mosque is actually the worshipping places of the major religion right now. The major religion right now. ثُمَّ قَالَ سُبْحَانَهُ بَعْدَ ذَلِكَ. And Allah Ta'ala said after that, emphasizing مؤكدا هذه القاعدة وسنة الإلهية المضطردة, to emphasize this rule and the rule that Allah Ta'ala have made to happen in this world. That Allah Ta'ala will make one part of the human being to be against the other, to make sure that nobody when get power they will become tyranny, because they will think about the other side, so they will actually suppress their thinking about destroying everything. Like when Hitler, the fascists, came into power, they thought that they are actually the most advanced race, the Aryan race. So anybody else should not be exist. Not only alive, not only become helpers of the Aryan. No, all the other nation must be destroyed. The Aryan, the only nation must be in power. That's actually the movement happened. Hitler, it start from that. If you understand about that. So Allah Ta'ala said after that, وَلَا يَنْصُرَنَّ اللَّهُ مَنْ يَنْصُرُهُ, and verily Allah Ta'ala will help or will support whoever support him. After saying about what will happen in this world, Allah Ta'ala told us about his rule, about whoever support him, want to help him or his religion to make victorious, then Allah Ta'ala will help them. وَالسُّؤَالِ كَيْفَ يَكُونُ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ. But the question right now, how will be the help of Allah, the support of Allah? How you support Allah? Allah is the most actually doesn't in need. The most doesn't in need is Allah. We always in needs to other human, to what Allah Ta'ala create for us. Everything is actually we always in need. But at the same time, Allah is not ever in needs. But in this ayah, Allah Ta'ala said, وَلَا يَنْصُرَنَّ اللَّهُ مَا يَنْصُرُهُ. Allah Ta'ala will support whoever support him. Allah Ta'ala will help whoever help him. So what is the meaning of helping Allah? وَهُوَ الْغَنِيُّ الْقَوِيُّ الْعَزِيزُ. In the time that Allah is actually doesn't need anybody, and the most powerful and the more exalt in power. So how do you help Allah? وَالْجَوَابُ عَلَى ذَلِكَ. The answer for that, أَنَّ نَصْرَهُ يَكُونُ بِنُصْرَةِ دِينِهِ. That helping Allah or supporting Allah is by supporting his religion that he sent to human being to be followed. وَنُصْرَةِ نَبِيهِ صلى الله عليه وسلم في حياته. And also to help his messenger or his prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam during his life. During his life, you have to help him. And وَنُصْرَةِ سُنَّتِهِ بَعْدَ مَمَاتِهِ. And to help his sunnah, his teaching after his death. That is actually called as helping Allah. Because Allah Ta'ala can make anything happen without we doing anything. Like the companion Prophet SAW and the Prophet in the 4th year of Hijrah, when the Mushrikeen, the Mecca people, and also we can say that most of the Arab tribes, they came to Medina to destroy the believers. So the Prophet SAW wait, and by the advice from Salman al-Farisi, they make parit, like what is it, parit? Trench, trench between them and the enemy. They put it on one side because Medina is actually being is in the middle of two volcanic rocks. The area of volcanic rocks, you cannot pass by it easily because the volcanic rocks is actually so sharp. If you run with your camel or your horse on that land, the animal will surely be destroyed. You also cannot pass by it. So that's why from the one side the Prophet make the drench to stop the enemy from coming. So that is actually whatever they did. But the enemy came anyway and waited for almost more than 2 weeks, almost a month. They waiting the opportunity to pass, to enter into Medina. So the Prophet ﷺ and his companion cannot do anything. Just wait. Waiting and waiting until Allah send wind. Powerful wind that actually making all their tents and their the place, pot, big pot. There's a word there. I don't know. I don't really seldomly use. So the pot where they cook their foods, cauldron, the tent that they used to sleep. Allah Ta'ala send the wind and actually everything being put away, being flown by the wind. And they went back without fighting. The Muslim, the believers, winning that war without any fight. So Allah Ta'ala can make help like that. Can make us victorious without us doing anything. But Allah Ta'ala want us as the believers then and test us, to make a test upon us, that if we believe really in Him and His Prophet and in His religion, that we must do our work. That's the thing. Even though Allah Ta'ala can make victorious, even though we don't do anything. Like these days, we are not really reaching out to the non-Muslim to become a Muslim, like European. We don't call them into Islam, and we don't do really da'wah. But day by day, in that region, the European nation, they actually finding out that the people is actually embracing Islam one after another. Some of them through the internet, some of them just because reading the Qur'an. Even though the Muslim is not doing anything, Allah Ta'ala will make His religion victorious. But when we are doing that, we are working for Allah. That is the thing that being said as we are helping or supporting Allah. Then Allah Ta'ala will support us. Wa tatmimatul ayati allati ba'daha takshifu haqiqatan nasri alladhi yuhibbuhu Allah wa yuriduhu. And also the ending of that ayah, the verse number 41 in that the second ayah, the Allah Ta'ala said in that ayah is actually enclosed or actually exposing the reality of the success or victory that Allah Ta'ala really like or want to happen. When Allah Ta'ala give you the victory, give you the success, He actually want whatever in that ayah, the 41st ayah to happen. Ayah number 41 to happen. He want that to happen. Bal huwa nasrul kafilu bistimrar tamkin fil ardi. And it's actually the support that can help, can make the continuation of the power or the authority in this land. Allah Ta'ala said in that ayah, verse number 41, Alladina immakkannahum fil ardi. Those people that is actually we will support them are the people when in makkannahum fil ardi. If we give them authority in the land, they will surely aqamus salah. They will do the salah. They will make sure that salah is actually being done. Wa atawuz zakah. They will give zakah, alms or charity, the compulsory charity. In Islam, we have two types of charity or alms or sadaqah. The charity that is actually one is actually we compulsory upon us, that is called zakah. Whenever our belonging, our wealth, or the money that we spend, it's not, your house is actually not included. Even though your house is actually surely will be more actually expensive than the money you have in the bank. But the problem is, whatever you preserve, you kept inside the money you kept, the gold, the silver. That's actually, you have to make sure that if the wealth that you have from that type of wealth, not the house, not the car, but whatever as a gold and silver or anything that substitute gold and silver, like our money today, if the wealth equivalent to 85 gram of gold, 85 gram of gold equivalent to 20 dinar. So you have to take out 2.5% of it. 1 dinar must be given, rubu' dinar, quarter of the dinar must be given to charity. It is compulsory. Then also we have other than the compulsory, actually the one that we can give away actually freely by our desire, not compulsory by religion. This is sadaqah. So in this ayah, the people that if Allah Ta'ala give them authority, they will prevail. They will do the salah. Make sure that salah is actually being done. And wa'ataw zakah, and they will give away the alms, the compulsory alms. And wa'amaru bil ma'ruf, and they will command, they will enjoin anything is right. Wa nahaw al munkar, and they will forbid anything that is wrong. Anything that is wrong. Walillahi akibatul umur, dan belong to Allah the outcome of every matters. Walidha ma nusira dinillah bi'a'zama min izhari hadhihi sya'ir al-azimati. And because of that, not being helped the religion of Allah more or greater than to be exposed or to be make public this four we say the sign of the religion. Because the sign of religion Islam, we can see inside these four things. The four things. When you say the nation is Muslim nation, they must have the prayer. They must do the zakah. And they will not ever give way for anything wrong to be done. They will enjoin or ask everybody to do the right things. This is four things that will happen in any nation that is actually that Allah Ta'ala give them the authority. This is the thing that must be shown as a nation of Islam. Okay, he said here, first thing first, as-salah. Salah, the prayer. It's not prayer, oh Allah. It's actually a prayer that actually from starting from the takbir, ending with the salam. That is the thing. Because if you look into the linguistic meaning, yes, salah can mean prayer. That's why we can see that the Christian or the Jew, most of them will do the prayer, oh Lord, but they don't have the prayer of movement like being done by the prophets before. Because if you look into the Bible, you can see that Moses, even Adam, even Noah, every the prophet of Allah, every messenger of Allah, they do the prayer by prostrating. They prostrate to the ground. Even Jesus, in the Garden of Gethsemane, before being caught by the Roman soldiers, he is actually being praying to Allah by putting his head on the ground. So the movement is there. The movement of salah is there. But you cannot see being done by those people. Because the thing is actually already gone from them. So they always say that prayer means that you say, oh Allah, oh Allah. Oh Allah. You are praying. By the linguistic meaning, yes. By the meaning of being told to you to do by Allah, no. You are not doing the prayer. So as-salah allati yasilatu bainal ibadi wa rabbihim. That the salah is actually the connection between the servants, all the servants of Allah, with their Lord, Allah. That's the relationship. 5 times a day, you reconnect with Allah. Whatever you have done before your salah, you want to come to the prayer and say, oh Allah, this is what I did just now. After Zuhur, after Asar, oh Allah, everything actually being, you actually continuously reporting yourself towards Allah. That's why sometimes when we said that the salah, let me say it in the suratil Ankabut verse 45. Ankabut 45. The Allah said in that ayah, wa aqimis salah, and do the salah. Inna salata, verily the salah, tanha, will prevent, will forbid, anil fahsya wal munkar, from whatever is actually not right, from the moral aspect, fahsya, wal munkar, anything is bad. So the salah will stop you. How can the salah stop you? Actually, if you really think about yourself, you want to do sin, say something wrong. At 1:30 today, you will come in front of Allah. You want to do something, but 1:30, oh Allah, Allahu Akbar. And after Zuhur, you want to do something after that. And suddenly you come to Asar, you come and want to give. Actually, you give yourself to Allah while you actually doing something before that. You should be ashamed of yourself, because you are coming to Him declaring that Allahu Akbar, but you are actually doing something before that. If anybody is thinking correctly, they will stop. The salah will stop them from doing anything that is actually not good from moral aspect, and anything is actually munkar, is actually bad from any side of the religion. I said just saying. Okay, wa biha yastamidduna quwwatahum al-hissiyatu wal ma'niyah, quwwatahum al-hissiyata wal ma'nawiyata. By salah, by the prayer, alhamdulillah, by the prayer, ita is zakah, yeah. By the prayer, because the laptop died, I don't know why. By the prayer, the salah, they will get, yastamiduna, they will get their strength, physical strength and spiritual strength. Hissiyah, physical. Ma'nawiyah, spiritual. Warahatahumul nafsiyah, and they will get their soul, relaxation. They will relax their soul, because everything you do, everything after that, you say Allahu Akbar. You have worry about yourself, about your children, your brother, your sister, your friend, your nation. But everything else is actually so small in front of Allah. That's why you declare Allahu Akbar. Allah is the most great. Nothing is greater than Allah. You have concern about yourself, about your worry. But your worldly worry is not bigger than Allah. That's why you declare Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. All the time inside the prayer, you have to know that. To let go everything. Because if ever any solution is there for you, for your problem in your life, then Allah Ta'ala the one will give you the solution. That's why Allah Ta'ala said in the Quran, وَاسْتَعِينُوا بِالصَّبْرِ وَالصَّلَاةِ. Ask help from Allah by sabri, by being patient, and by doing the salah. So actually it will reconnect you with Allah. Wa ita'uz zakah, the second one, the second part that Allah Ta'ala want, whenever whoever being given authority by Allah, being given the success by Allah, they are holding the land, they are giving the authority in the land, so they should make sure that these four things being done. As a nation of Muslim, this four things is actually one of the biggest helper that will make sure that Allah Ta'ala will continue to give you support. You left anything of that, then Allah Ta'ala will take away your success. So the second one is ita'uz zakah, giving the zakah, like we say the alms or the charity. Fa'addu haqqal mal. Then after that, they will do the right of the wealth. Your wealth, you have the right upon your wealth, the right upon yourself. They are right that Allah Ta'ala want for you to do upon your wealth. Wantasaru ala syuhin nafsi. Then they start to prevail upon the selfishness of their self. You know, selfishness, the word kedekut, you see? Stinginess. What? Your selfishness, syuhin nafs, means that you want yourself to be always in front. You want to get whatever you want. You cannot share with others. That is actually that Allah Ta'ala will make you, by giving away the zakah, you will prevail upon that, the selfishness of yourself. وَتَطَهَّرُ مِنَ الْحِرْصِ. And they will also being cleansed by giving away zakah. They will be cleansed from the gluttony. You know, gluttony. The feeling that you want to everything. But when you give away, are you thinking about others? That is the thing. So that's why if you want to see in this ayah, when they said about iqamatis salah or ita'iz zakah, the iqamatis salah is your relationship with Allah. But when you say ita'iz zakah, giving away the alms or the charity, is actually your connection with other human. So inside Islam, you cannot left out something from there. You giving charity, doing good works to the human, you should not forget your relationship with Allah. Or you doing relationship with Allah, you want Allah Ta'ala pleasures upon you, like you, love you, but you should not left out your relationship with human. Both of it is actually important. وَغَلَبُوا عَلَى وَسْوَسِ الشَّيْطَانِ. And by giving away their wealth, they prevail, they win. They are winning upon the whisper of shaitan. Shaitan telling you, don't give away. Those people is actually lazy. Why should you give them? You are working hard. So this is actually yours, not theirs. But in Islam, you have to give away. That's actually you actually winning upon the whisper of shaitan. وَسَدُّوا خَلَّةَ الْجَمَاعَةِ. And also, by that, by giving away the zakah, they will actually filling up any holes inside the society. Because the society, the needs from certain people can make the society crumble. Because if the poor, those who actually doesn't have anything, they start to taking the rights of others. You know, he have the wealth, but doesn't want to give away. I'm actually feeling that he is so selfish. So I start to make a group and start to be like Robin Hood, going to take from this part, this brother, take and giving away in our way. This is wrong. But this only happen when you don't feel the needs of the society. Because actually when you say about those who actually wealthy in the society, they cannot do everything. They can do everything. They have the money, but the strength to do works you must get from the poor, those who actually in needs. Because sometimes when you think about it, okay, I'll give you an example. Okay, between a doctor a doctor, a medical doctor, and the garbage cleaner. Which of them are actually most important in our society? A doctor, medical doctor, who treats patient and the sick, and between him and a garbage cleaner, garbage collector. Which of them is actually most important? When somebody will say that, hey, doctor, because the topic or the thing that the doctor do is actually so noble, helping the sick, making sure people getting health and everything. But actually, the most important in a society is the garbage collector. Imagine, if a doctor doesn't want to treat patient, then the one who will die is actually the one who's sick. The healthy is actually will stay like that. Okay? But if a garbage collector doesn't collect garbage from your home, from your market, from every places, what do you think will happen to the society? Those who actually healthy will become sick. Then at that time, not even a single doctor can do anything. Sometimes when I say about this, some of the doctors, actually my students are doctors, they actually start to look at me differently. It's not, I'm not degrading the work. You have to know that collecting garbage is actually things actually important for the society. But the problem is, if you are actually you are a millionaire, here also a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, our sister also a millionaire. Who want to go and pick the garbage? You want to pick the garbage for others? Yeah, surely on the day of Earth Day or anything that being done, go picking, helping others. That day is actually will do. Can you do it every day? Cannot. So the one who actually picking up the garbage, they actually have they endure, and they have the strength and the thing that the rich cannot do. The rich people cannot do what they do. Because some people, rich people, wealthy people, when they are eating eatery, restaurant, everything, even happened to me. So I am eating. So one of the rice fell down on the table. So I took it and I eat it. So the person looked at me like that. They say, wow. Because the Prophet ﷺ told us not to left it for the shaitan. So at the beginning we did make sanitization on the table. So after that, anything fall there, we sanitize. So sometimes those people cannot eat at these places. So how can you think about they are disposing or picking up the garbage? Allah Ta'ala is actually making some people rich and some people poor for that usage. Because the rich will take from the poor, the strength. And the poor will take from the rich the payment. So that the circle will continue. If one part only, all of us is actually rich, nobody will go to pick the garbage. I told this story to my neighbors. They actually the bungalows in near our place when I was teaching them in their musalla, their surau. I talk about this, and they put out their hand and said they actually experienced something like that when they first moved to that place, 2005. No garbage truck came into their area. So every morning they have the garbage, the BMW, the car they have, expensive car, they have to put on the back the garbage to take it to the garbage place. At that time, I said, if I'm rich, you rich, and everybody rich. Yeah, I said to our brother, can you pick my garbage? I give you 1,000. The brother will say, Ustaz, you pick my garbage, I give you 2,000. This guy, more rich than us, said, you both take my garbage, I give you both 5,000. Seriously, then the society will stuck. And actually by giving the poor some money to buy something, actually that is actually what will make the economy moving. I think that in the beginning of our PKP 2020, there's one video being shared by in Britain. They showing that how giving money to the rich and how what is the consequences, and the giving money to the poor. They said that when you give to the rich, exemption of tax and everything, and get like 10,000 pound, but the person will not use that pound, will put it inside his pocket, and even doesn't remember that he have that money, because the other money he have is there. But when you give the poor that 1,000, 2,000, they will buy. Then, well, when they're buying things from the market, then that will become the farmers get their money to make more cultivation, to cultivate more things. So actually, the thing, the economy will move around. You start to move. That is actually when you say when you give the money to the poor, it will move the economy. You give money to the rich, the economy will stay like that, because they will not use that money to make it circle, to become benefit to others. That's why when Allah Ta'ala command us to give away alms or charity compulsory, not voluntarily, but compulsory. That is the thing that will make the society to move. Actually, that's the thing. So by doing that, you actually filling the holes inside the society. وَكَفَلُوا الضِّعَافِ فِيهَا وَالْمَهَاوِجِ. And they will also help the weak in that society, and those who in needs in that society. وَحَقَّقُوا لَهَا صِفَةُ الْجِسْمِ الْحَيِّ. And they will actually realizing for the society the function of living body. Because living body, you cannot just be a hand. I am a hand. The other part say, I am the head. If you are only the head, you don't have the body, what will be with you? You only the stomach. I am the stomach. The other one, I am the lung. I am the heart. No, you have to be like a whole body to become. That's why somebody must be the feet. If you don't have any feet, nobody can be. Do you want to be the feet? No, I don't want. So how can the body walk? How can the body walk? Nobody can want to be the eye. So how can the body see? So everybody must take their responsibility. Then the society will become living, like a living body. That is the thing about giving charity, giving alms is actually making the society rolling and moving. Okay. The third one, wal-amru bil ma'ruf, and commanding or enjoining the right, wan-nahyi an munkar, and also forbidding the munkar. The third one, wa fihi islahun li ghairihim. In these two things, that is actually goodness or making good towards others, to correct others. This is the thing that about our religion, Islam. We are actually not a passive movement just among ourselves, but we want others to get the goodness, the same goodness. Anything being forbid in Islam is harmful towards the society, towards the human, like drugs or intoxicated drinks and everything, the fornication, sex without marriage. Everything is actually crumbling. Right now, people are seeing that. People are seeing that. In the European nation, the birth rate becomes so low in the society. So nobody can take over the society after their grandfather, their father got away. That's the thing that we hear, we listen about churches being bought by the Muslim in Europe, because the people there cannot support the church anymore, because they don't have any children, they don't have any youngsters. that will take over the position of their fathers. So things will go away. Because if you doesn't have any children, who will take over your position in the society? In Japan, likewise, the birth is actually negative. From 40, actually every year they lost around 1 million citizens because no children being brought into this world. But that aspect, what is the reason? The reason is actually, first thing first, they don't want to get married, and they have the sexual free sexual life before marriage, so they don't want to have a marriage, and and at the same time, some of them become lesbian, gay, actually not really functioning as a man as a man, woman as woman. So that thing will make nobody will get married. When nobody get married, who want to give birth to child? And when the children is not being brought into this world, then how your nation, your country will prevail? How? You will have to ask from the outsiders to come into your nation and do everything that you cannot do because you don't have the manpower. The same being said about China, because they have the policy of one children only. Been thought before that China will become the great nation after this, but after they make a research about that, they found out that after 30 or 50 years, China will have a problem because no youngsters right now to take over the country. No children, not enough. They have to import from outside to make sure that the country will keep moving. So this is the thing that you have to know. Everything being forbidden by Islam is actually have a cost. Even though you are not actually doing that or not doing that because of the reason. Because Allah Ta'ala don't told you the reason. But if you research about the reason why Allah Ta'ala forbid you this and that, or why Allah Ta'ala command you to do this and that, you will find out that there is actually Allah Ta'ala have already fixed things that will happen for you if you do the good things, and things will happen to your nation if you do the bad things. That is really something that the people in the nation that Allah Ta'ala give authority must make sure that anything is wrong must be stopped. Anything that is right must be enjoined, must be prevail, must be helped. That's why we say that the nation of Muslim is the nation as always looking into other people's skirt. In the Malay word, jaga tepi kain orang. Jaga tepi kain orang. Kain, kita ada kain, you have your sarung, you look into other people's sarung. Sometimes we say that, just look into yourself. Take care of yourself. Don't care about anybody else. That is not the spirit of Islam. The spirit of Islam, you be better, you be good, and everybody else be good also. That is the thing. That's exactly what want to be realized in Islam. Fihi islahun li ghairihim. That is actually in it have the to correct or to make better for others. Fannasu ma bainahum jahilun aw ghafilun, because human among them, they actually people who actually not really not knowing, people who's not knowing, or people actually forgetting something. Actually, some of them not knowing, doesn't know. So we teach. Some of them actually ghafil, mean they don't have the concern. So we enlighten for them to be concerned. Fahaulai yu'maru bil khairi wa yudhakkaruna bihi. So those people, they must be they must be command with the goodness, and we must be remind about the goodness. For those who doesn't know, we teach. For those who actually space out, doesn't think, we remind them. Aw asin aw munadin. And also among the people, there are people who actually going against the goodness. Always want to be actually doesn't want to follow. Or also stubborn. فَهَؤُلَاءِ يُنْهَوْا عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ. And those people, you must stop them from the munkar. Because the munkar inside a society being said by the Prophet in the Sahih Bukhari, that the Prophet ﷺ said, مَثَلُ قَائِمِ عَلَى حُدُودِ اللَّهِ. The examples, the parables of those who actually executing the command of Allah. وَالْوَاقِئِ فِيهَا. And those who actually befell upon them the punishment from what Allah Ta'ala said for you to do this, and those who doing that, and those who upon them the punishment happen. The Prophet said, "Kamathali qaumin," is as a group of people, istahamu ala safinatin. They throw their lot, cast the lot on a ship. The ship, when they have a ship, there are people upstairs, up the deck, and under the deck. Fasab ma'adum alaha. So after they cast their lot, so they know. So how of them? The Prophet said, become those who stay on the top. Wa ba'nu asfalaha, and some of them in the bottom of the deck. Fakal fi asfaliha. Those people who is actually on the lower deck. Idha staqaw min al-ma', if they are thirst, want to drink, marru ala man fawqahum, they will ask from the people upstairs, I want water. And suddenly, from among those people under the deck, one of them said, "Law anna kharaqna fi nasibina hadha kharqan." If we poke a hole in our place right now, because we are actually surrounded by the sea. If you poke a hole and the water will come out, we don't have to ask our friend upstairs anymore. The Prophet said, "Law taraku ma aradu." If those people downstairs seeing this guy poking the ship and then let him go, doesn't do anything, halaku jami'a, all the ship will fall down. Wa in akhadu ala ayn, if they hold the hand of those people, najaw wa najaw jami'a, they will survive. All of them will survive. This is the example, the parables being given by the Prophet about any badness being done inside a society. Sometimes people will say that, let him go, he himself. No. Inside a society, that is actually must be stopped. Must be stopped. You cannot say that, just take care of your sarung. This is my sarung. Your sarung is there. You also, your sarung is there. Don't ever look into my sarung. Sometimes they say like that. But the problem is, Islam is not like that. The spirit of Islam, to say, to prevail, to enjoin whatever is right, to forbid whatever is wrong, is actually one of the biggest sign of this nation. Like we said in the Surah Al-Imran, Allah said, "Kuntum khairu ummatin ukhrijat lin-nas." In Surah Al-Imran, verse number 110. 110, Al-Imran, 110, verse number 110, Al-Imran, Allah said, "Kuntum khairu ummatin ukhrijat lin-nas." You are the best nation, the best people being brought out from the human being. What is the first sign? Ta'muruna bil ma'ruf wa tanhauna 'anil munkar. You will enjoy whatever is right and will forbid whatever is wrong. Actually, one of the first sign of the great nation, the good nation, that you should say right is right and wrong is wrong. You cannot say that I think it's okay. No, you can't ever say something like that. He said here, "Famata ma alimallahu min ayyi ummati min al-umami." So whenever Allah Ta'ala means that Allah Ta'ala already see from any nation, from among the nation, or awi dawlatin min ad-dawal, or from any country among the countries, annaha satuqimu hadhil usul al-arba'ati, that this country will prevail, will live up this four base. that Allah Ta'ala said in that ayah, verse 41, Surah Al-Hajj, iqamatis salah, ita'iz zakah, amru bil ma'ruf, nahyan munkar. To do the prayer, to prevail, to make sure that the prayer being done, to give away zakah, alms or charity, to enjoin the whatever is right, and to forbid whatever is wrong. Whenever Allah Ta'ala see that upon a nation, amaddaha bi tawfiqihi, Allah Ta'ala will help them, will help them with his tawfiq. Tawfiq means that Allah Ta'ala make every choice they do, every choice they choose is right. At the time, the place is right. This is tawfiq of Allah. Wa aunihi, and his help. Wa in takalabatil alaiha al-umamu. Even though all the nation is actually want to strike them, Allah Ta'ala will help them. Wa fi siratin Nabi SAW, in the history of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, wa khulafaihi ar-rashidun, and also his khulafa, means that the one who take his position after he passed away, Abu Bakar, Umar, Uthman, Ali. Wa man sara siratahum, and whoever going into their way, asdaqash shawahida wa ansa'ahu. It's actually in that type of the history, you can see that there is actually the right witness, and the true, the most loud witness, that showing that if you do what Allah Ta'ala told you to do, then Allah Ta'ala will help you. Because the Prophet SAW, in 23 years, the Prophet being assigned as the Prophet when he was 40, and after he died when he was 63. So 23 years, whatever he left until now, nobody can say there is a leader more successful than the Prophet SAW. Nobody is more successful than him. Also his companion Abu Bakar, Umar, the great nation there at their time, the Persian and the Rome and the Persian, the Rome from the west side, the Persian from the east side, being brought down. They actually been fighting each other. No, any nation came between them. But suddenly when Islam came, both nations been brought down by Islam. And after being brought down, no empire of Roman after that. No Persian empire after that. That is actually what Allah Ta'ala have given. Even though they are small, they are little, Allah Ta'ala will make them successful and victorious. Amma idha alim Allah min ahwalihim. By the time, if Allah Ta'ala know from the condition of the people that been given by Allah authority, annahum idha adu ilal ardi, when they return to the land, wa mukkinu fiha, being given authority in it, ma aqamus salah, they don't prevail, they don't do the salah, wa atauz zakah, they don't give away the zakah, wala rajahu ma'rufan, they don't support the right, wala qabbahu munkara, they didn't say bad about the munkar, anything wrong, they didn't say it's wrong. Fa inna Allah Ta'ala yakiluhum ila anfusihim, Allah Ta'ala will left them out by themselves, wa yusallitu alayhim aduwahum, Allah Ta'ala will make sure that their enemy will come unto them. Aw yulbisahum syi'an, or Allah Ta'ala will make them become separated. They are one nation but separated. Wa yudhiqu ba'dhum ba'sa ba'din, and everybody will make the other party feel their strength. Means they will killing each other. This is what happened. Wa fi tarikh ibratan, inside the history you can see when the believers being separated, become nation, small nation in the Arabian Peninsula, because of they lefting out what Allah Ta'ala told them to do. The four things that Allah Ta'ala give, means that when Allah Ta'ala give you the success, the victory, you must make sure that these four things will be lift out in your place. Okay. Wallahu alam. We stop there because, like I said, this topic is quite long. Because the all before these two topics, the 9th and the 10th, always we read the book 4 pages, 4 pages, and settle one topic 4 pages, 3 pages. But today, starting from the Ramadan, we get the 9th topic and the 10th topic, actually 8 pages. So we just read 4. Inshallah, we'll continue with the other 4 next week, inshallah. Okay. Any question? I hope you understand. Alhamdulillah. Okay. We have a question online. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. We are European from Hungary, and Allah guided us into success. And actually, our class is being followed actually to USA and with places in the world. Although it is not many, just few people. So here, Talia taught. She said, we are European from Hungary, and Allah guide us to success. Al-Khadim classes. Okay. Samira Muazzin. Assalamualaikum. How we know measure, we get the help from Allah. Afraid possibly is mixed with own nafs due to our weakness or differentiation, to differentiate it. Okay, when you know that the help from Allah is from Allah, that you can go into better, be better from whatever you before. Means that when Allah Ta'ala guide you and give you success, and it's actually from whatever Allah Ta'ala give you, you should be better because Allah wants you to be good. So the help is not like what you say istidraj. In Islam, in Aqidah, we understand that Allah Ta'ala will give somebody something. There's 2 types. One is from the side of ni'mah, so his blessing. The other one is actually istidraj. The person will get whatever she want, but the thing is actually istidraj. Istidraj means that Allah Ta'ala will make you get that things, but by getting it, you will forget Allah. You will become more tyrant. You become more actually going into the munkar. You will not be thankful to Allah. That's the sign that Allah Ta'ala is giving you something. Gets istidraj. But if Allah Ta'ala give you something and you become better and better, that is actually from the help of Allah. Means that Allah Ta'ala will make you come to classes, and by the coming to classes, you become better. You worship Allah rightly, and you understand about Allah or about His religion more, and that is good. But if you come to class and you start to comparing yourself to others, I think I'm better than you and you because I went to class. Because we did get some student came to classes, they have that feeling, the feeling that they are better than others because they went to the class. You don't look good. I went to class. So the thought that they have is actually so dangerous. Because Allah Ta'ala doesn't channel you to go to classes or to have goodness, except for you to be better, to more worshipping Allah correctly and willingly. That is the thing. If you learn something that actually we're getting far and far from Allah, that is istidraj. That's the way you want to measure whether they have from Allah or not. Okay. I know a person who prefers doing charity to animals, feeding them, etc., rather than doing charity to human because he feel that helping human is wasteful because they only abuse charity. Actually, what should I advise him? That in doing good things to person that maybe will actually on your thought can do something else to others. That is your measure, your thinking. It's not really what Allah Ta'ala told you to do. Because surely, yes, become mercy to anything else, anything in this world is actually being encouraged by Islam. But from among the whoever you being merciful, actually Allah Ta'ala have put what you say as a test that doing goodness to those who actually close to you is harder than doing goodness to others. That's why in the ayah Suratul Al-Baqarah verse number 177, when Allah Ta'ala told us about the goodness. The goodness is not you facing the east or the west, but the goodness is whoever believe in Allah and the last day and the angels and the books and the prophet. That the part of the belief. Whoever get goodness, this actually the belief they have. And secondly, Allah Ta'ala told about the charity they will do. وَآتَ الْمَالَ عَلَى حُبِّهِ, and they give away their wealth even though they love it. They love their wealth, but they're giving it away. To whom? He said there, to whom? Dhawil kurba. First thing first, whoever have relationship with him. That having a relationship with him, your wife, your father, your mother, your brother, your sister. Dhawil kurba. After that, wal yatama, the orphan. The first, dhawil kurba, those who have relationship with you. And then wal yatama. After that, wal yatama, the orphans. Wal masakin, the poor. Wabni sabil, those who stranded in the road, they don't have anything to get back to their land. Dhawil kurba. Wabni sabil. Wasailin, those who asking others, and wafir riqab, whoever under the situation that being enslaved. So if you see the 6 category, the author said those who get goodness are the people who giving away their wealth, even though they love their wealth, they love their wealth, they love their money, they love their house, they love everything, but they're giving it away to that 6 categories. The first one, Allah give a test for us is those who actually have relationship with us. If you can see a person can give away money when children came for the tahfiz school. This is tahfiz school, we want to build up. People will get the money like that. But when his brother or his younger brother or his sister asking for money and saying that I don't have money this month, the person will say that you are actually lazy. When you are still small, when you are in the school, you don't want to learn. See, now what happened to you? You know, the hardness is actually for those who actually relationship with you. People can give away money for polar bear, for the whale, but cannot give money for the human. In European country, they have that things. They can give shelter to dogs or cat. They cannot give shelter to human. Even though, right, we know that some human, you help them and they will abuse you. Surely it will happen. But you actually doing that things because of Allah, not because of human. Because of Allah. Because actually the most you must make sure to get the help is actually the human. Same species as you. Or more of it, the one who have a relationship with you. Because somebody can give away money to any fund. I can see that once before. They book a box about to fund student that will learn when we go into further studies. Then they make a dinner. That once I attend that type of things. So when the sheikh is saying that okay, we open, who want to give charity, who want to support the student who will learn in our university. So this guy is our hand 20,000, this one 10,000, this one all the them. And somebody in that crowd, he knows a person, a husband and wife. The wife never ever, even if her sister, one of her sister is actually poor, she doesn't give her sister help. Doesn't think about thinking about her sister, because her sister actually quite bad in manners. In manners, actually quite bad. Always lie and everything. But in reality, she is actually in need. But the problem is, this guy said that the wife said to the husband, "I'm going to give away my money." So the husband is actually looking back at the wife, and said that you didn't give to your sisters, you don't give to this charity. Why? Because here she think that, feeling that this is actually for the sake of Allah and everything, but she doesn't think about whoever close to her. And actually in the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Prophet said about 3 dinar. 3 dinar in Sahih Muslim. The Prophet said 3 dinar that you give for the jihad fi sabilillah. Dinar that you give for the transport fi sabilillah. Dinar that you give to your family, or for your children or your wife to eat. The best dinar in the sight of Allah is dinar that you give for your family. So sometimes people wrongly choose about where they should put their charity. Think about that. What Allah wants you to do, not what you like to do. What Allah wants you to do. Okay, Alhamdulillah. We finish here. Inshallah, we'll continue next week. Wallahu a'lam. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa sallam, alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Subhanallah, anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.